Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Riz Awwal. This is my 82nd podcast today, but the first podcast for two people that I really look up to. We've been in business for a while, but forget how long we have been in business. They have been in business for decades. So it's my honor to introduce to you from iConnect Hospitality, Ignatius, Gomes, and Khozem.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
So, Khozem, I would have butchered your last name. You know, I will say K. So if you could just properly introduce yourself.
I totally agree. The last name is a tongue twister. It's Khozem Kharawala with double L and A. But as it is mentioned, Khozem is good enough for me. And Rizwan's name is very easy, Riz Awwal. And here we have IG also over here. So IG.
Hey, hi. My name is Ignatius Gomes.
Great. So I know this is the first time you guys are on a podcast, correct? Are you excited, nervous? How does it feel?
Very excited.
Very excited? Now, I think you've done a couple of radio interviews before.
Yes, I did. I did radio and TV both.
Nice. Oh, you did TV as well.
Yes,
What about you,
yes.
Khozem?
No, this is my first time, but it feels like home over here with you, Riz, so
Thank
it's
you.
perfectly fine.
So usually you're the one doing the interviews for your
Yes,
staff.
yes. I totally
Now
agree.
you're getting interviewed. You're on the other side. This is what's called the hot seat.
I agree on that because there is no script over here. So whatever he's going to ask or whatever I'm going to say, there's nothing already planned, already said. We are just going with the flow. So let's see
Right.
how the conversation goes.
And I think that's my problem being a business owner, that I have no script in life. And Khozem blames it and IG blames it because I'm not married and I don't have any children. They keep on trying to get me married. If I get married, they said, Rizwan, you will wake up at 5 a.m. You will prepare breakfast for your wife and your children at 7 a.m. You will get to the office by a certain time. But I have failed at that side, but I think I've succeeded by staying single all this time.
He's right and he's wrong, but there is a plus and minus of getting married or not getting married. So as of now, let him enjoy what he does. He will get a right girl if he gets one.
Like I said, older brother always trying to get me married and everything. IG, my interest is in you, honestly. I find you as a
I cannot get you a girl.
not that way, not that type of interest. You know, I'm so focused on my career and on my business. And I met you guys, I think, around 14 years ago.
Correct.
Does that sound right?
That's
Right,
right. That's right.
2025, so 15 years. It's
That's the
about-
time we met during your Fire and Ice time.
Correct. Fire and Ice Hookah Lounge in
yeah,
Woodbridge, New
correct,
Jersey.
correct.
What were you guys doing at that time? You guys managed and owned a couple of hotels, right?
That's correct. Go ahead, IG.
Yeah, that's the time I think we took our first hotel. We both were working at that time. Khozem were handling the sales and marketing. I was the general manager for a hotel.
Are you allowed to mention what hotel?
Sorry?
Are you allowed to mention what hotel you're working at? Because the viewers want to know, what hotel were you guys managing?
Oh, I used to manage Wyndham and Hampton.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to manage those hotels.
Well, that's now I know you know, and a lot of your followers know, but my followers doesn't know. They're under different brands, right? Wyndham,
Correct.
Ramadas. If you could just give a quick summary of what that is, or what does that mean?
So the Hilton brand, right? They have a brand called Hamptons. They have Home to Suites. They are on the higher mid-scale brand.
Got you. And then there's another company that I know you guys work with, Choice Hotels.
We do work with Choice Hotel. We own Choice Hotels also. We have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I just
So
wanna-
what are the brands under Choice Hotels?
there are a lot of brands right now. There's Clarion, Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites.
So to add on what IG is mentioning, the industry is divided into two segments. One is limited service, one is the full service, to put it in a nutshell. The limited service doesn't have a restaurant and a full service has a restaurant in the premises. So that's how the hotel industry in a nutshell. And then you have these brands like Choice, Hampton, which IG was just mentioning, which has sub-brands in it, which again has limited and full service. So Clarion could be a full service as a restaurant, and Quality Inn or Comfort Inn could be a limited service.
So
That's
what
how the
you're
brand
trying to tell me is that it's like Emirates versus Spirit Airlines.
Yes, and if you want to split us, then you have to go to red carpet Inn and all those
the
brands.
Red Roof Inns and all that. Did you guys ever manage that, or you stay away
No,
from
we
those?
haven't. We
Yeah,
haven't.
we don't
haven't.
manage those brands. Yeah.
Okay. Now, just to be transparent, a lot of Indians do own those brands.
Yeah. See, I tell you what happens there is one. A lot of these Indians who are managing these small scale hotels, they are the one with the very limited resources, in the sense that they need a franchise with a POS system. They need a franchise where they can put less money in and take less royalty fee.
But that's the difficulty, right? They're trying to being an immigrant, right? I wasn't born here. I was born in Bangladesh. One, I don't know. I'm just trying to survive. Two, I've heard owning a hotel, a convenience store, a gas station makes me money, and I see other people, other Indians, Bengalis, South Asians doing well by doing that. So I try to do the best I can. So with my limited resources, I might be able to only afford a small, cheap motel. But going to you guys, let's just say I had the same limited resources, and I don't know what that is, 10,000, 100,000, maybe just manpower. If I went to iConnect Hospitality, would you guide them correctly, or no, they're just too low of a brand? Can you get them these brand name hotels?
Yeah, absolutely, Rizwan. But here's the thing, right? It all depends on the capital injection, what the person wants to do, right? If a person has a limited resources, for me, I would definitely advise to go small and grow.
I have a question. If I am able to get you from my followers a pool of investors, how much do I need to get a brand name hotel?
It's between $500 to $3 million plus.
Okay, so if I put together my followers, $50,000 here, $100,000 here, you're saying you can get me a seat next to Paris Hilton?
Yeah, I think so. You have to increase that needle to a 3 million to a 30 million. Yes, Paris Hilton will come next to you. 3 million, I can get you a copy of Paris Hilton.
Okay. Is there like a Paris Red Roof Inn?
Absolutely right. That could be possible. So if I add on more what IG mentioned and what you are asking for is that, yes, it's a mixed bag. So if a person who does have limited knowledge in the industry and wants to be a owner operator, to put it in a nutshell, 100,000 could cut it and cannot cut it, depending upon how many size, where it is, and which location he's going with. So to make it more interesting to your followers, a 50,000 or $1 million could get into the industry and what role they want to play. Because you have an active investor, you're a passive investor, you have an operator. There are many ways which we can look into what kind of investment they want to do.
So we have this bar that we've invested in collectively. It's called One Republic in North Arlington. It's amazing what we are doing together, because me coming from the nightlife hospitality industry and you coming from the hotel hospitality industry, we are taking this bar, giving it brand new life in New Jersey. And then Khozem, I think you guys have a resort that we're also doing a concept location.
That's correct. So it's good you to touch base on that. One Republic is the place to go for sure. It's something different, something unique, lot different from Fire and Ice, what we have done.
Yeah.
But yes.
Also, 15 years later, a lot of people forget, I bought Fire and Ice back in 2006. So it's about to be 19 years. We joined hands 4 years into it. The whole economy has changed. The world has changed. Any business you go into has to be pandemic proof. Everyone's stuck on their phones.
Absolutely right.
So the tough part with parents, with entertainers, is how do you make everyone put the phone down? We're competing against YouTube, against this podcast, right? You have to adapt, evolve, or you will be irrelevant. So yes, so tell us about this.
So let me circle back to your question, which you had earlier asked, that how does your listeners can be a part of it and where would they get from a 50,000 to 100,000? Keep in mind, when we invested in Fire and Ice, it was a rented place. The investment what we have done in One Republic is a building which is owned by the company.
Okay.
So that's a lot of difference into it. Second thing is that it's a 401k type of stuff if you look at it, because the property is going to appreciate, which we have seen so many years we have seen in Jersey. In terms of the other things which are in pipeline is a resort which we are coming up in the Caribbeans, and a new concept which Riz will be more than happy to tell us. I don't want to disclose it right now, otherwise he will kick me under the table. He's coming up with, it's a beautiful, beautiful concept which I have not heard of, and I think so he's going to do wonders with that.
Yeah, so that location that we're going to launch this is in?
We are looking at Tampa, and so we are looking at the Caribbeans, one spot in Jersey, but nothing has been pipeline. We are just discussing how to take it. So the listeners can tune in. As always, look at Riz and he will get you something to be done.
Yeah, I have this problem that Khozem reminds me, and sometimes I have a little bit of anxiety, so I call Khozem. I can only do one project at a time.
Yes, and that's what something I have always been telling him. Do more. You can. You have the capacity to do it, but he doesn't.
How many projects do you guys manage at one time?
We have multiple projects.
No,
right
give me a
now.
number. Just give it. What
Right
you think is
now-
normal is outrageous.
So right now we have around 6. I have around 6 projects right now.
Okay, and you?
So I will divide it into different phases.
Yeah, because one project might have 20 phases inside. So he's probably managing 100+ projects.
I totally agree. So let's put it this way: me and my team, we handle hotels, restaurant, bars, golf courses. We have a IT company which we do complex apps and so on and so forth.
Of course, if you're Indian, you gotta have IT company.
Absolutely right. Otherwise, we can't survive.
If you're Bengali, you have to have a restaurant, right?
So something like that we do in multiple phases. And what's thing which I'm telling Riz is that take that course which comes in on a daily basis. Just don't think a lot. He thinks a lot. What will I do with this? What will I do? Doesn't matter. That comes on a table, go ahead and do it.
Okay, so that's the advice. Don't think, just drink and keep on going. Right? Now, let me ask you a question, and let me actually give you some advice. One Republic, Khozem came to me and said, Riz, you were born to do hospitality. And now that I'm older, one thing that I never had, and if you're a DJ, a photographer, or if you're in the entertainment industry, if you're Indian, Bengali, Pakistani, reach out to me because I've struggled with this. We don't have a retirement plan.
That's true. And let me add on what Riz mentioned. We are just not looking for you to come. We're also looking for hoteliers who have restaurant in their hotels which are not running well. Call us.
So you help an existing business.
Yes,
too.
yes. So
Okay.
we can turn around and be a part of it if it is required. But the way how we are trying to join hands is Riz expertise in what he does, our expertise in what we do. We join forces, as we say, and take it to the next level. So hoteliers who have your restaurant, banquet hall which are not working, give a call to Riz, see what we can do. And investors or any of the friends or family of DJs or whoever wants to get a platform, Riz is the person to go.
Let me ask this question, IG. How old are you right now? 21, 22?
I'm just getting younger day by day.
You really are. I'm not even joking. This man, I met him when he was 55, and now he looks younger than me.
I was never 55.
But if you were able to see a younger version of you in that prime of IG, you know, I'm pretty sure you were like at a certain age, be like, one day I'm going to come to America. I'm going to do all these different things. And you can go back in time and teleport over there. I'm sure Elon Musk is going to build something soon, right?
Yes.
What would you tell that younger IG?
So the thing, I tell you what, when I started a business, I'm not from a business family, I'm from the service family, right? I did a lot of mistakes. I didn't realize initially when we started, when Khozem had joined me at that time, we took a bigger project in our hand and we were not ready at that time.
Did you fail?
We failed at that.
Badly?
So, very badly.
Okay.
And we didn't realize we took, I didn't know anything because Khozem comes from a business family. I come from the service family. So I never had that idea how to handle cash, money, control. And we did lose a lot of money. We took bigger project because people were giving us project because based on our experience, right? We have 25, 30 years of experience in this industry. I would suggest one thing for everyone. Go small. Don't do the mistake what I have done. Initially, when we got into the project, we started investing heavy. We brought hotels, we brought banquet halls. We started, that was the wrong way of going about it. Know your business, start small, go with a smaller investment, know the business, capture the business at that point in time, and then grow from there.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. If you have to go and start even a small food truck, if you want to get into go and start a food truck, know the business
I'm
first.
going to add on to that.
Okay.
IG, Khozem, and I, we launched, with Sumit Arya,
Yeah.
we launched a catering company called Karma Caterers.
Correct.
We spent money, partnership. We had this grand plan, and it failed.
It did.
It failed miserably. But Khozem woke up the next morning, hey, Riz, I got another project. How do you do that?
So
I was sad. I never got to tell you. I was very sad and depressed over the Lucky Dublin thing, the executive suites, the Karma Catering. Yeah. I was young too. I was going through a divorce. I was looking up to you guys. I don't know who to trust, who to believe. And your relationships and everything made me feel so comfortable. But again, it failed. You know, now I can handle some failures. We wake up and I feel like it's never a loss if you keep on trying. Only when you give up is when you truly fail.
I agree. And these stories which we have heard about Starbucks or any of the great people, they have failed. We failed a couple of times. They have failed hundreds of times. But if you give it up, that's it. There's nothing for it. You have to have that drive. You have to have fire in your belly that I know what I'm doing. What we failed was we did not have a team 15 years back. Now we have everybody. If we give a shout out, we can get the best of DJs to come to our place. Moreover, if you are coming and joining with Riz or any of our team, you have a team behind it. So we know that we cannot go wrong. We have the best of CPAs looking at our books. We have the best of social media marketing team. So we have chefs which are lined up. Like, I don't know, IG have not spoken, but IG comes from a family of chefs. His brother is a Michelin chef and he's doing wonders. He himself is a chef and he knows what to do. And he can come out of the best of menus, and I have seen him doing it. So the story which Riz is that now you have a team. So it's not one person doing it. We are there with you, and together we can go.
Riz, it took us nearly 15 years to come over here. It's a long process, right?
Yeah. Ankur, why is Flexwork Studio so far? Why did it take 15 years for JPS to navigate us here?
It took us 15 years, Riz.
So, Ankur, you got another podcast afterwards? He does. Okay. So, I'm just going to tease the audience with the next future topic. IG, I want to hear, I heard something unique over here in your voice. The difference between business, money, success, and passion. Every single time we talk about food, okay, you get passionate, restaurants passionate. I want to know in the next podcast, what is the balance from chasing your dreams and passion and then reality, which is life and business? I think the younger audience wants to know. A lot of people are making that mistake. Like, I am a chef, so I'll open up a restaurant. Man, that's a wrong idea. You need a business manager and an operator. And I've seen you sacrifice your own passion so many times, which why me being like a younger brother, a younger son is always wants to push you back into the restaurant industry because I was like, let me try to fulfill this dream. Let's do catering one more time because I refuse to fail. And I know you as like a older mentor always tries to push me, even though I want to get out of the entertainment industry. You guys always bring me back because I think passion is important. So
Absolutely, Riz. See, I always wanted to go back to the restaurant business, bar business when I came to this country. Khozem and my wife, they never allowed me to go over there. They took me to the hotel industry.
Why, Khozem? What's the reason?
It's a back breaking effort when you go in a kitchen. It's not that easy. So you have to have that passion. And then as soon as you catch up age, I'm not saying he's old, but still, you don't do it. And with the younger generation at which I want to reach out to everybody through Riz is that if you want, and if you're a good chef or you're a good bartender, if you're anything, reach out to us. We will give you a platform to grow. We'll invest behind you if it's worth it. Why not? Because we did not have anyone to pull us up, but we want to pull somebody else.
And what about security? That's what I care about for my friends, my network, my generation. What security can you provide for the people in the entertainment world? 401k, benefits. Like, you provide me a lot of security personally. What do you foresee? If someone came to you, hey, I'm just a DJ, I'm just a photographer, but I have this passion and I think I can grow, I could use my skills to grow one of your businesses. Are you going to mentor them through?
Yeah. Can I add this? Respond a little bit more on this, right? So people who wants to invest and grow in our hospitality sector, we don't only advise them how to, what is the pros and the cons in this business. We also advise them how to get the funding for them. We do not take people's money directly. We help them to raise capital. We invest money into that, and we also manage it for them.
Okay.
So to make money in the bottom line is very important for him as well as for us.
And to keep money, right?
And to keep money, right? So we just don't take money and you go and start a restaurant or bar. We don't do that. It is also our expertise are there in between. Our own capital is there in between.
Okay.
So it's a part of togetherness is what IG is trying to say. We are not going to we are not a realtor over here. No, we are not in that business. We are in business of shaking hands and growing together. So if you are a cut above the rest, but you do not know what to do, Riz is where you have to call it. We'll look into it. We'll sit together. You give us a trial run. If you're a good DJ, play some good music. If you're a good chef, cook us something. And we'll tell you what is right, what is wrong. And we'll tell you where we can take you. If it's a mind is liking together, take the next step further.
And he's not just saying this to be on the podcast. They actually did this exactly 1 week ago. A chef reached out to me. I brought them to one of the restaurants on Oak Tree Road. And instantly within that week, they gave him a job offer. And not only a job offer, I've never seen this type of deal structured in my life. They also gave them a partnership offer. Can you imagine a person who was a chef?
He's absolutely right. And I will, once he's on the job with us, Riz will announce it. Please do come over there and have a meal. See how he cooks, and you will
Meet the chef.
Meet the chef, and you can ask him the same story because, as Riz said, that this is the place where we are coming and we are not making up stories. Because Riz followers do believe in him that he will not bring somebody on a table who's just going to come and BS and go away. We are here. What we speak, we deliver. Otherwise, we don't speak.
Oh. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this podcast. We're going to stay tuned for the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for being such a great... Are you sure this is your first podcast? Because you guys are amazing.
Yeah, it is one. First time.
I think so. It's all on the host. And Ankur, I should thank him because he gave us the space and I really appreciate that. So thank you, Ankur, and thank you, Riz.
Thank you so much for Flexwork Studio. They're located in Springfield, New Jersey. Not only are they the #1 podcast studio out there, I'm not just saying that because I am a podcast studio owner myself. I am saying that because it's a fact. And the guy who owns it is my best friend, so you better book it. Book him before you book me. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Riz.